Welcome once again, folks. I've done this is 13 shows of this. I got about an hour and a half ago. It should be a crime to wake up on a Saturday before noon. Oh man. Oh, the coffee is needed this morning. Well, thank you for tuning in for another Saturday noon soiree. I don't even know what the hell I want to talk about today. Everything is just going so crazy, batshit in this country. I'll say this. I try to keep the political stuff out of this particular venue because I like to laugh and have some fun with this. But we've gotten to a point where I got a lot of shit I'd like to say and comment on and stuff. So I think I'm going to do a show during the evening, maybe like an 8 o'clock show or something like that, maybe once a week, to throw my latest political thoughts and serious stuff, living on Long Island, taxes, death, all that kind of shit. And because I want to keep it out of this. It's noon on a Saturday. We don't want that mess in here. No need. We deal with that stuff later. This is all about waking up, having a good breakfast, you're chilling on your couch, on your phone, you're watching me while you're driving, you almost ran over somebody, whatever. We're here to have fun. Laugh, giggle, entertain. So, just keep an eye out for that. And that'll probably be a Rumble-only thing also. Now, little news, I got my new green screen. For next week's show, I finally have now got the studio, I call it that very loosely, studio, set up where I don't even have to put the green screen together anymore. I got it hanging on the ceiling. It's like an old film projector. You just pull it down. It's badass. Really good. It's big. Yeah, it's large. So it works really well. I think I've got around some of the camera glitching too. So that's a positive. And I'd like to do a video to really show what it's like getting up in the morning, coming in here and sitting down. And I had to work for about an hour because I had to create the new show intro. You know, I do a new one every week. You got to read those little blurbs that I put in there. This week was about Roto-Rooter. Actually, do I have the YouTube feed up? Yeah, I do. Yeah, just to see what it's like putting this thing together. It's a lot of fun. It really is. In fact, I met a guy yesterday. I went to Micro Center because I had to buy a new mic stand for karaoke last night. So I bought this cool desktop mic stand. It worked really well. It was fun karaoke last night. And I was talking to a guy in there who was also a podcaster. I guess that's what this is considered now. Audio podcasts have gone by the dodo bird. Now you have to do a whole video, blah, blah. And hey, the guy was really a nice guy and really informative. And we were talking about how much this is enjoyable to do. Anybody can do this now. Now, yes, I have in here kind of an elaborate setup. I got multiple machines, the green screen, everything is kind of ticked up a notch from your average person doing this in their bedroom. And I have the means to do that, thankfully. Knock on wood in these days. So you don't have to go crazy with this. I do use some professional software to do this. So I'd like to show the setup of what that's like. And it really doesn't take that much time. It takes more time for me to decide what the hell I want to talk about each week. And getting out of bed is just brutal. But it gets me up at a decent hour, I guess, on a Saturday. I still got to go to Costco after this and go shopping. Got to go out and do the lawn. I've got to do normal people things. So, again, thank you for tuning in. I want to jump to a couple things. I don't know if this is going to be a 2-hour show today. I don't think I got 2 hours of stuff I want to talk about, but we got some drawn-out videos that we're going to look at. One of the things I started watching recently, I was always a fan of wrestling. Loved the WWF that became the WWE, but was much more into it years ago. um, when the characters that I liked watching were still young and able to do it. Was a huge, still am, huge fan of The Undertaker. Best character ever done in wrestling. Everybody, even if you're not a wrestling fan, you know The Undertaker. Um, but when I was growing up, I remember we went to a couple of live wrestling events at the Nassau Coliseum. My dad took us. Um, I remember seeing Hulk Hogan, who was the champion at the time, against Bad News Brown, who was this angry black character. And before the match, I remember Hogan came out to the ring, and Bad News Brown hit him with the Ghetto Blaster, which was a bicycle kick. Hit him in the back of the head, pinned him, walked off with the title, and everybody's like, the building was stunned. Wait a minute, Hogan just lost the title to Bad News Brown? What? And you saw it, and I was a kid. I had to have been, maybe I was 7, 8 years old when I saw this. My friend Evan remembers this as well. He was actually at that particular match as well. And then the referee at the time, Dave Hebner. Hefner? I forget it. I think it's Hebner. Gets on the mic and is like, no, this is not going to go down this way. And he runs back to the locker room, grabs Bad News Brown, drags him back to the ring. Ding, ding. Now the match is officially started and Hogan wins and retains the title, whatever. Wrestling has always been goofy like that. It's basically an adult soap opera. Now, I got to give them credit. They have extremely phenomenal writing teams. Sometimes the angles are really dumb. They're watchable. But over the years, they've gotten creative. WWE, we'll call it that, has gone through many different iterations of generations. The PG generation, the X generation, whatever they are. They got a little racy, they get a little less racy. Well, being a fan of The Undertaker, and now he's obviously at an age where he's retired, thankfully. Personally, I honestly thought he went a little too long with the career, but I get it. The guy was so popular, so liked, the angle was so good that they just drew it out. The amount of merchandising and everything that was surrounding that character was absolutely brilliant. So The Undertaker, whose real name is Mark Calloway, I would love to meet this guy. He just seems like such a cool dude. Knowledgeable, funny as all hell. The stories that he has is just, they're hilarious. And this is a guy who, he didn't just become The Undertaker. He had a career before the WWF/E. He was in WCW. He did a lot of work in Memphis and all these other wrestling venues. I put a lot of time in, a lot of hurt in that body. Small dude. I mean, he's like 6'8", 6'9", 270 pounds, 280 pounds. A big boy. From what I remember also, he was actually started out as a college basketball player. I think he played a year or two overseas. Had some problems with his knees and just said, basketball wasn't going to be the thing for him. He fell in love with wrestling. Thankfully, he did. So he spawned a show. Now that he's retired, I think it's called 6 Feet Under. You can find it on YouTube. And it's absolutely hilarious that the stories that he tells. So I'm going to play this video here. This is from his show. And I got the little thing, if you want to call in here. We're just going to leave it up for anybody. Ooh. Oh, the coffee went. All right, so listen to him here. Now, when The Undertaker debuted, I believe it was at the 1991 Survivor Series, I think, which was a pay-per-view event for the WWE. He came out as a mystery partner for Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man's team. And Ted DiBiase actually introduced him on the mic. It wasn't the in-ring announcer. From Death Valley, I give you The Undertaker. Well, this was like a 6-man tag match. If might have even been 8-man. I don't remember. I think it was a 6-man, but he was facing the Hart Foundation, Bret the Hitman Hart, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and Coco Beware. This particular segment, I can't stop watching this because it's fucking hilarious. He talks about the end of, well, it wasn't the end of the match, when he gave his signature finishing move, which is the Tombstone Pile Driver. This is, I think, the first one he ever did. And he gave it to Coco Beware, who was a black wrestler who came out with a parrot. And he was a bit of a pudgy dude. Was never a champion or anything like that, as far as I know. I don't think he ever won the title of anything. Maybe a tag team title. Funny guy, but he drilled him into the ground. Something fierce. And just the way he talks about it here and his reaction to it, I can't get enough of this. This is real stuff. So I'm going to play this here.
Dusty Rhodes, the Hart Foundation, and Coco Beware.
So it was an 8-man.
And obviously the whole match was designed to, make me look good and shine. The very first tombstone that I give was to Coco. And I give him the tombstone. 1, 2, 3, he's out. Anyway, we end up finishing the match, whatever. I get backstage. Coco is like, he gets me in the hallway, and man, he's just giving me the riot act. Like, man, somebody gives you your body, you got to be able to protect them, man.
Now, he's talking here to one of his friends. I forget the guy's name. This guy, you're going to see him again with a hat. And this comedian, Tony Hinchcliffe, who, if you've ever gone on YouTube and watched the Kill Tony specials, the comedy specials, I think they're done from Rogan's Comedy Club in Austin. Tony Hinchcliffe is freaking hilarious. I don't know how I did not find out about this dude until about a couple months ago. He is so funny, and he reminds me of Sam Roberts here. He is knows so much about wrestling. He's a great, hilarious comedian. I just had to get that in there. Let's let Mark continue.
You hurt my neck, and I'm like, Coco, man, like, hey, if I hurt you, man, I'm sorry. I really pride myself on, being safe and taking care of the guys that I'm working with. I said, I apologize. And he just, he kept going. He was pissed. He kept going. And anyway, it got to the point where, like, I'd apologized all I could apologize for, and I was like, and that's what I said. I was like, Coco, I've apologized to you as much as I know how to do. I said, if you're not going to accept that, like,
you'll understand why Coco Beware was telling him this and why he was apologizing to him in a second.
Maybe we need to go out in the lot, and,
There's Tony and his
and
friend.
figure this out.
This versus Coco.
Well, hey, Coco was tough, man. He's a tough dude, but I mean, he's already confronted me. I mean, right. He's already given me the riot act. He's looking up at me. I'm like, that took balls in its own right.
Yeah.
And, but he was like, no, man, you just need to learn to be more careful. And that was it. And me and Coco were fine. We've been fine ever since. And, anytime we see each other, we hug and everything else. Would you shut up?
Let me snug. We're just showing the
get for perspective.
Look at it.
Oh,
come on! It didn't deserve all. It didn't deserve all that. Now
he folded him up like a cheap card table.
Anyway,
I was. Coco used to be.
You were going to take him in the lot and beat the shit out of him after that.
I would apologize.
Let's go back and see that again because they don't show it again. So again, watch the little box. I can't really zoom in on it. But he has Coco up. Now, what the Undertaker's supposed to do, he would hold the guy, legs are going up here, and he would fall to his knees, and the guy's head would never hit the canvas. In fact, in one of the matches, in one of the WrestleMania matches where he faced Jake the Snake Roberts, he had Jake outside the ring, and he's supposed to tombstone him on a mat, but he had Jake held so high that when they call it the hot camera, or the camera that's facing them, showed that Jake's head missed them floor by about this much, so it looked kind of bad. But this one, again, watch it again.
Would you shut up?
A
Let
little
me
snug. We're just showing the.
get for perspective.
Here it comes.
Oh, like,
Come on, it didn't deserve all. It didn't deserve all that. Now,
Folding him up like a cheap card table.
anyway,
oh,
I
geez.
was.
Hey, used to be.
You were
it
gonna
was-
take him in the lot and beat the out of him after that.
I would apologize. I apologized.
He had probably forgotten.
See, this is the stuff that you don't see. Nobody sees the behind the scenes about the wrestlers, what they're like outside the ring, stuff like that. That's why this show is so great. You have to check it out. It's 6 Feet Under with Mark Calloway is the name of the show. All of his stories, and he has, I'll say this, there was a story that he had during a snowstorm driving with the Godfather. Fucking hilarious. Oh my God. And he tells the story so well.
Forgotten that you'd apologize. Every time you apologize, he probably had enough. I don't know if I brought this up to you yet, but you need to be safer out there.
Could you imagine if he was actually facing?
This is where I love this thing. Watch Mark Calloway's reaction to when he went back and watched that video for the first time.
In the hard camera where we can actually see
Hard
what happened.
Oh man, that's why it looked so bad because I wasn't facing hard camera. If I'd have been facing, you would. Anyway, so all these years,
It's like, oh, it's a little bit of a snug tombstone.
so all these years, I thought I really
You
did.
have to show that. I'm sorry to keep interrupting, but you have to have that go over again and again on the actual video part of this. That one little GIF.
I put Coco
Just
in all
one
of it.
leg disappearing.
We had to,
for some
so
reason.
the first time he ever talked about this, we had to do a follow-up where Mark was like, after watching that video,
Well, that's what I was about to say.
crying.
Like after it came up, I actually went and watched it back, and I was like, oh. Coco had a little bit of beef there. He had.
That is one of the greatest reactions from somebody that did something to someone. You go back and go, oh, I gotta hear it again. I can't. I watched it 1 trillion times. His reaction.
Say like after it came up, I actually went and watched it back, and I was like, oh. Coco had a little bit of beef there. I was like, damn, because I was always under the impression, I was like, man, he's overreacted here a little bit. And then I went back and watched it, and I was
Zero
like,
reaction.
I was like, holy shit, I damn near killed Coco.
yeah.
Oh my God.
But the
You almost
only
made
one
Frankie
That's
an
great.
orphan.
yeah, I mean,
That's great. Please go afterwards. Go on YouTube. Watch his shows. He's got a bunch of them up there. It's hilarious, and it made me think about all the wrestling fails over the years. We love fails on this show. I love fail compilation videos. Who doesn't? And yes, watching some of these. Oh, that same reaction. Oh. It's fucking great.
Standing moonsault press. Yeah.
Triple H.
Without a fight. Again, was looking for a pedigree. Looking for a pedigree.
Oh, no, that wasn't gonna work. Looked like Diesel. These are the worst. They have so many of these. They're not street wrestling. These smaller. Davey Mack does one in New Jersey. I think he's like a smaller wrestling companies that do it in gyms and stuff like that. These guys are fucking out of their mind, completely lost it, and some of these fails are so bad and painful. Oh Jesus! The guy's neck is caught in the ropes. That was so botched. Oh my God. So this guy flips over the ropes. And this guy, obviously, I'm going to jump over the ropes. No. And here it comes. Oh God.
Now Luger going up on.
Okay, now we got, this is Lex Luger. Everybody remembers Lex Luger. He was big in WCW and WWE. Oh Jesus! Oh, those Japanese wrestlers! Oh my God! Y'all remember when I talked about? I think I talked about it last week. How I got involved with the O&A show years ago when the kid dove into the foam pit at that outdoor venue when he went headfirst onto the concrete. Well, this is basically what he did in kind of a nutshell. I got to see this again. Oh, God. Sounded like a bunch of crackers getting run over by a car.
He could have just dislocated the arm of ACH. Walking those, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't. I gotta keep stopping these. Oh my God. What did that guy just try to do? I'm gonna guess that he wanted to go up here and give him kind of a spinning kick where he flipped over, and he completely failed.
He could have just dislocated the arm of ACH. Walking those, ladies and gentlemen.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna be spending more time on this than I originally thought. What? Alright, so this was during WWE, because you hear Jim Ross. Good God, man! Oh, the guy's face hit the steps. These people are out of their fucking minds. They are out of their fucking minds. Oh my God. Now, how high was he up? Let's see. All right, so that table is about what? About 3 feet? So 3, 6. So he's about 10. Well, his head was about 12 feet up. Oh. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is not a mat. That is concrete. Ow. God damn, that had to have been painful. Gives you them shivers. Like you sort of feel the pain yourself. Ah.
Fact that she thinks people like superstars like Flair.
Shit. How these guys don't wind up with, well, they do, but I mean, how do you not break your neck on that? The guy landed, his neck was like a pretzel. Right there. I mean, at this point, he was all good right here. Right there is where he knew he fucked up. Just didn't rotate enough. And man, if you could freeze your life at that point and just assess where you are and where things are going. Oh my God. Even the guy on the floor, he's tensing up like this because he's supposed to land on him. And instead of seeing his front, he's seeing his back. So he's like, oh shit. It's not gonna be good. Go. Oh my God. His head against the ring. You hear this is like at a gym. Oh, the ladder fell.
Wait a minute, what is that? The blade with the brass knucks. The referee never saw it.
He missed.
Push him off.
How do you miss? How do you miss that?
The blade with the brass knucks. The referee never saw it. Try to push him off.
This is WWE.
No. Oh, Punk was thinking Hurricane Rana. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, God. Botched. comes to a point where you want to do a little too much on the ropes. And again, you got to be kind of a wrestling fan to know what some of these moves are. But even if you're not a fan of wrestling, you have to appreciate the athleticism that goes into doing anything like this. These guys are athletes beyond athletes. The beating that their bodies take is unreal. They travel 98% of the year, dealing with broken bones. It's rough. And yeah, a lot of them had drug issues and stuff like that, steroids. It's less now than it was then, but whatever. You have to appreciate the mindset to try to be able to do this. Because you formulate in your head, all right, I know the deal. I'm going to go up. This guy's head's going to be here. I'm going to pick him up. And you think it's going to happen. But when it doesn't, you get this. It's not easy to recover from. Remember, a lot of this stuff is on television. So it's one of the reasons why you don't see a lot of live wrestling events. They can edit it and take pieces out and stuff like that. But, Oh!
Maybe he just
Small venue. Oh, shit. Oh, he missed it. What the? Good. Now, I don't know if that was an actual botch. That guy might have done that on purpose. I don't know. Because, again, these people who do this wrestling in these gyms and these small venues, they are out of their mind because they want to do something to impress, to move up the ladder. I would think, anyway. But, oh my God, did you hear the slap of this dude's back on the concrete?
What the hell is he doing?
Oh, look at this thing. All right, again. Small. This looks like not a farm, a barn in the Midwest somewhere. And you've got 25 people in the audience, and this guy is climbing up an actual scaffold in the place that they're doing this. Oh, he's hyped. Oh, shit. Something bad is about to happen. Oh, the table didn't break. Now, okay. So they use these tables that are made out of particle board. And usually they'll make some kind of cut or something in the table where the table is sure to collapse. Usually in these smaller venues, that's not the case. They'll go to Home Depot and buy a fucking table and think that that thing's just going to collapse and crack like that. Now, if you've watched, and again, if you know anything about wrestling, you know that there's things called taking a bump, which is like when a wrestler falls backwards, let's say. There is a way that they have learned to fall where and it's amazing scientific thought process behind this. There's a way to fall where you maximize the area of your back flat against the mat so it doesn't hurt you. It doesn't injure you. They had that wrestling show, I think it was called Tough Enough, which showed a lot of the behind the process of the young wrestlers coming up and trying to learn how to do these things, which again was incredible to watch. And Triple H was one of the teachers of a lot of these things. He has very high standards. So he'd tell these guys, hit the mat, hit the mat, hit the mat. And he's watching these guys and girls, and as they walk up and they'd fall back and they'd snap, they literally would throw themselves onto the mat backwards, hard. I mean, as hard as you pretty much can. Think about walking in your house, in your living room, and then just throwing yourself backwards and landing flat on the floor. So if you don't do it right, you're going to get hurt. You hit your head, you knock yourself out. They would land in a way that their shoulders would properly meet the mat, whatever, and it would disperse the energy so them to not get hurt. So in this particular case, the same thing is where the table comes in. The table breaking is supposed to disperse that energy, sort of like a car hitting those barrier things on the highway. It's supposed to disperse energy so the fall is not as bad and you survive. Well, if the table don't crack and you bounce off it, I mean, yes, better know a chiropractor. I mean, the guy is obviously built, got the six-pack going, but really, I don't care. You land, that's like somebody just going, that's like a Tyson uppercut to the gut. Oh my God, that's gotta hurt. Like, I don't know how he's not puking all over the place. Oh, Jesus. Ring broke.
Out of the second rope.
Hey, Valvinus.
Here he comes, but Scorpio caught him with a boot in the face.
Okay, that's just a fuck up. And it's gotta be hard to sell a fuck up like that when the other person's done fucked up and you're supposed to be the one that got hit, and now you're like, oh shit, I gotta fall. It happens. It's not a perfect science, but it's funny.
There's no way Roman Reigns could have thought this could happen.
Now there you go. There's the collapsible table. So again, they make these, that's the announcer's table. They make it out of, so they have some kind of foam type table. But you see how it collapses. It's meant to collapse. Even though, which is, I don't know how they do this, but if you watch some of the broadcasts that they've thrown somebody on the table, they got the old school television cameras, microphones or whatever. They're on the table. And they've hit these things. Even though the table collapses, your ass hits the corner of one of those things. Gotta be painful as a bitch. But now you can kind of understand the whole collapsible thing.
Wow.
God damn.
Already powering through, going up top.
Moonsault. Nobody there. Oh, and he missed the elbow. I think that was kind of purpose. These are the best. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No. Go back. All right, so we've got.
Caught Mahal on the back end.
All right, so we got guys on opposite ends of the ring post. So they're obviously supposed to both jump and land on this guy on the table. That guy done fucked up. Look, I laugh. I couldn't remotely do this. Even when I was at the best physical shape of my life, I wouldn't even attempt it. Well, I don't know, I might have attempted it, but. So he done fucked up, and this guy, who's already just about gonna be in the air, saw him fuck up. So now he, like, puts on air brakes. Oh, Jesus. Oh, let's just let these roll.
Dutch on that table and make.
Oh, see how the table just broke in half.
Collapsed under the weight of Dutch.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
Holy shit! Damn it. Everybody loves fat guys in wrestling. You know, big, heavy guys. King Kong Bundy, Mark Henry, whatever. Guys that were 400 plus pounds. Because they do not belong anywhere on the top rope. This is a big boy. I mean, he looks to be, he's got to be close to 4 bones. Look at how the rope, he's not even standing on it yet. Look at his left foot. The rope is bending like it's going to snap. And this guy is going to go airborne? I'm sorry. I could watch that all day. Now, kudos to whoever put that ring together. That's a nice bouncy ring. But Jesus. That guy had to knock the wind out of himself. Oh my God. I'm just going to let this go for a few minutes. I sat down. Oh! At least there was a pad there. That's Razor Ramon.
And Santana, another very impressive newcomer here to Shimmer.
Ooh.
She recently.
God damn.
That's a nosedive, train. He's trying to take you out.
In this
That was a
contest,
bad
and
botch.
nearly going. Oh my God!
So good they broke the damn ring.
You gotta love the Japanese wrestlers.
Coming off the rope.
Wait a minute! Shit. Please, I have to see that again. The guy literally bounced off his helmet head. Oh my God, no! All right, this guy who kind of looks like Mike Awesome, if you remember him from the WCW. He was ECW days. Yeah. Oh, I wish I could slow-mo this. I could, but I.
And now Brian Cage. Coming off the rope. Oh, shit.
You hear the announcer? Oh, shit. Come on. Oh, please, again.
Coming off the rope. Oh, shit.
Oh, my God. Now you see why I'm watching these? Holy shit. My God, man, he's broken in half. Oh, no sound on this one. Look at this production. Oh, Jesus.
Kidman's up top. Shooting star press. Oh! Trying to escape the clutches. Oh, my God.
Ooh, God damn, it's a horrible miss.
He's about to go up in here and try a backward suicide plancha dive. Here it is. Oh!
It was definitely his prom outfit. He was telling us before the start of the show that this is what he wore at prom.
I can't.
Which is not bad.
Oh, it's killing me.
I mean, you'll stand out.
I definitely would stand out. And Leroy just puts him through the table. Good Lord.
Look at this wrestling venue. We're out in the fucking woods. This is some Kentucky backwooded, but you gotta appreciate it, because I'll tell you what, these people will put on a show, but they're batshit crazy.
Nasty Leroy.
You are crazy, fella.
And now.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, this is in somebody's fucking backyard. Hey, we're gonna have a barbecue today. I'm gonna throw some ribs and some corn, and oh yeah, go check out the wrestling that's going on over there. Have a beer. Big Show tried to do the worm. God bless Paul White.
That's the biggest damn worm on it. Oh, he missed it. Now Nick Cross looks like he's going to try to go for it again. Going for that monkey flip. Oh! Paid for it. Once again, good shot of that bucket. And Alberto Del Rio with an Enziguri, and I believe.
Some of these are pretty bad. Oh!
Archer landed on his head on that.
Son of a... I didn't just snap your neck like a twig. I have no idea.
Some distance, closes it.
What? Oh,
my God. Way too soon.
Oh, Stone Cold.
Mystery Man trying to get away. But Austin.
Oh, botched. Oh, it is the Undertaker. This I remember. That was during WrestleMania.
Slithering out of danger goes the snake. Oh, look at that move. Whoa!
Oh, yeah. Pandora's out. Wait a minute. Total sextasy. What happened?
God!
Came off in a right-handed JPL.
Right hand. Oh, this is an interesting one. Holy shit! It was a guy that used to post videos on the internet back in the day. This goofy guy. He used to take like microwaves and light, fluorescent light things. And fuck this shit. and he would like jump and land on the microwave like on purpose. This is, oh my lord, I've got to see this guy land again.
Boot by Luchasaurus. Oh,
did I forward pass it?
Nelly.
Oh, I did. There we go. God!
Boot by Luchasaurus. Oh, Nelly. And
7 people in attendance.
Rock counter.
Hey, Rikishi.
Wait a minute.
I don't know what happened there.
With a knife edge chop, it stunned him.
The ones when he landed on their neck. God damn. Fuck! I think I'm gonna get whiplash from watching this. Oh, big boy on the ropes. Don't belong up there.
In the corner, can you believe it?
Hey, I see Yokozuna's fat ass on the right. Valiant attempt.
Arriba!
Coño!
Allá va Kenny Omega, listo para lanzarse. ¡Oh! ¡El golpe!
That wasn't that bad.
Wimmer fires a right hand to the back. Wimmer all the way up top.
Oh, this is not going to end well. Oh, shit. Oh! Holy fuckballs.
You never know what's going to happen. Steve Mongo McMichael in here with Kevin Sullivan. Mongo McMichael gets taken down hard by
These
Kevin
are brutal.
Sullivan. And
Probably another
McMichael
minute of this.
keeping his feet moving on the receiving end of a clothesline, and he gets stopped. McMichael is up. Shoulder tackle takes Kevin Sullivan down. And as we look on, Mongo getting ready to unload. Nobody home.
Look at this.
Mongo stuck! Is this the opening that Hardy needs?
Gotta have one more nasty one. Jeff Hardy. Oh, here we go.
Statement made
This
from
problem's
Onyx.
it's in somebody's front yard.
Here we go, Tony. Could this be the new move? Could this be? Oh my goodness. He folded him up.
What does the announcer do at that point?
Now both men up on the table. Now standing on the table, I'm not sure.
This could be it.
Weight's got maybe a tiger.
Oh, nah, the table wasn't gonna hold that much weight.
Uses Duke as a concession stand worker. Pete will be heated.
He can't lift his fat ass
He doesn't
up.
have
Come on.
good experience around the concession stand.
Sets Katsumata onto the chair. Is he looking for a swanton? Ow!
All right. That's enough. Oh my God. Jesus. Joey Dago in YouTube's asking me how the piggies are. I didn't have piggy cam up this week. I didn't set it up, but the piggies are doing very well for those who are wondering. We do love the pick'ems. So, well, we're on the topic of fails. I love fail videos. I ended up watching this week. These are customer car fails, which, like everybody, car prices these days are crazy, like everything else is. So everybody's holding on to the older vehicles. So this is kind of funny. You got to watch some of these customer car fails.
Hey Trey, Volkswagen takes some 12 quarts of oil.
Look at your feet.
He put 12 quarts of oil in the car.
I think it's good.
Uh-oh.
Okay, maybe it's not.
All right. Is she gonna fit?
That works.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm fine. I did not use too much brake clean. I might have used too much brake clean.
Pursuit of the century is about to go down.
Oh, no, buddy!
Che, Miguel, mira cómo desarma el turco ahora. ¡Fuera!
Well, I can honestly say I've never seen that before. Homeboy must not have heat, so he lit a fire in his truck to defrost his windshield at the gas pump.
We've been trying to contact you regarding your car's extended warranty.
All right, Luby, show me how those work.
I think this is more mechanic fail.
No, Lefty Lucy. You get it. You can do it.
And you wonder why these days, if you've got a kid, trade schools, we need mechanics and people who can fix things.
Is that a good tool? It works.
Problem. Oh, that's a nice belt. God.
Customers complaining they don't have any power steering, but I don't see a problem. Looks like the power steering works fine.
Yo, what a start to the day. Hyundais are so good, even the possums are trying to get in them. Yo. No, he's not sleeping. He's ready to kill us. Look at the mansion he made.
He said, can you close the door to my room?
Yo, that's not even a nest. That's a mansion, bro. That's more comfy than I'm going to sleep tonight.
As you can see, this 2020 Subaru Ascent has the electronic parking brake shown here. This mechanism.
What the fuck?
So, Mom, drive your car really quick. Okay. So your car's how many RPMs when it's idling?
0.
No, it should be like 1,000.
There's no reason it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, but you should have RPMs.
No, it's a big engine.
Before we continue, don't forget to hit the like button.
Blah, blah, blah.
Ooh. The chain. By the way, the chain is keeping up the exhaust. Cut O2 sensor. There's the wires. Toyota. Got a 90-degree angle here. Goes into a 45. Then we're on to the chimney. I don't even understand this. I mean, like, how's it not leaking out? I mean, no way to keep that sealed. Up and over the cross member.
People are actually driving cars like this. These are actual cars that have been in for service. I've lost faith in humanity a long time ago.
Then we come over here to the Chrysler. Make it even better. It's a Nissan. Man, my Snap-on guy is so nice, he gave me the new hammer for free.
Nice hammer.
I just had to this $180 foam piece to put the hammer in.
New keys, new lock.
This is cool. How the fuck is that possible? Oh my god. That's too funny. Whoa! Holy shit!
Let's see if we got some pain. Oh yeah, we're good.
Well, that's a problem. Keep. Deep. Deep. Like this. Take that lug nut off.
Great job, customer.
These people were driving around with one lug nut on the tire. Know who they voted for.
Temperature's good. Oil pressure. Oh, it works. Never mind.
I would never believe someone told me this happened if it didn't just happen to me. Socket fell off the wrench.
Like this.
And went through the spark plug hole into the cylinder. Just put a head on this car. You've got to be kidding me.
Cracking. Oh, nice. They use a sweatpants tie to keep the. God.
I've seen a little bit of
Look at this fucking thing.
rally car headlights before. This is over the top. I'm digging that. Chevy Silverado headlights and
Silverado.
I don't know if that's a Mopar. It's like a neon. Pretty cool though.
Huh.
Brakes.
I understand because it'll protect you.
Why? Why?
I could go on with these compilations all day. They're too funny. YouTube rabbit hole. You gotta love it. Alright, let's move on. What else did I got? Oh, well, you know what? I had more fails. From mechanics to idiots in the kitchen. We gotta check out some of these. Just because we have to.
Oh my god. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Come on! 3, 2, 1.
Crack a bit of
Why?
butter in there.
I gotta throw some butter in that pan. Holy shit.
It's just.
Oh no.
Ja, maar het is niet weggegooid.
Do you want to cry?
Give it to Bill. Give it to Bill.
Poor Bill. Oh, that sucks.
La madre que te parió.
La coño. Ay. Oh. What pooch. Oh shit. Oh my good god. Ugh. What does this just go to show, folks? We're all idiots. All right, enough failed compilations. Let's close that. I'm gonna save this one. Is something I wanted to jump on that kind of annoyed me. Oh my god, how many tabs do I have here? All right. I'm a sports fan. Big sports fan. Watch a lot of sports. Probably most thing I watch on television is sports. Always been a big baseball fan. Playing baseball tomorrow morning, actually. Still do, at my advanced age. Or at least I try. I use the term play loosely. So Major League Baseball and this committee that they put together, supposedly, did a 3-year study. Talk about time and money wasted. That they have decided to integrate the statistics of the Negro Leagues and the Major Leagues, dating back to, I think the Negro Leagues were from like 1930 to 1947 or something in that range. Now, I have a lot of problems with this. And it's not, has anything to do with race, color, anything like that. This is purely a, let's call it a mathematical issue. So, the Negro Leagues were obviously during a time in this country where blacks were not allowed to play Major League Baseball, which was always a farce. Should have never been, but unfortunately, times were different back then, and this is the way that it was. Thankfully, Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier in 1947, and it's been copacetic ever since, which is the right thing to do. And I fully agree with that. No problems whatsoever. My problem with this particular thing that Major League Baseball has done, the Negro Leagues, first of all, were not the Major Leagues. The player pool, while, again, not disparaging in any way any of the black players that played in the Negro Leagues, I'm sure these were highly talented, wonderful players. They had some of the greatest players to come into the Major Leagues. Satchel Paige, Josh Gibson, Cool Papa Bell, all these guys that eventually made the Major Leagues. Granted, they were towards the end of their careers. But my problem is the Major Leagues were always considered the standard, the highest competitive baseball league. During the time the Negro Leagues were being played, the record keeping was sporadic at best. A lot of issues. I had read that statistics even were different from city to city whenever they would play, and they weren't facing and playing the same level of competition that they would face at the Major League level. Unfairly. Okay, let's get that out there. That was unfair. Should have not been. But it's still a fact. It's a historical fact. So now you've taken the statistics from a league that had not as good pitching, not as good stadiums, equipment, whatever, and you've integrated that into the Major Leagues, which again was playing in cathedral stadiums and had the best of everything, etc. So let's take, for example, Josh Gibson, who was pretty much known as the Babe Ruth of the Negro Leagues. I'm sure Josh Gibson was an immense talent. Some say he had over 800 career home runs. There's a urban legend that he's the only man to ever hit a home run ball fair out of the original Yankee Stadium. Whether that happened or not, I don't know. There's supposedly 2 people that reported about it. But did it ever happen? I don't know. I don't see how. Even in today's juiced era, I don't see how anybody could have hit a ball that far. You're talking, to get it out of Yankee Stadium back then, you're talking 600 plus feet. I can't see it. But regardless. So his career average in the Negro Leagues was 372. That was a monster. Ty Cobb had the all-time batting average leader in Major League Baseball. I think was 367. So now he's been displaced in the record books. He's now the number 2 all-time batting average leader. Now, does that matter? No, obviously it doesn't. Doesn't change the game, doesn't alter it in any way, shape, or form. But if you like old school, I wouldn't even say old school baseball. Baseball's been around since before any of us were born. 100 plus years the game has been. They're always jacking with the game, usually for good reason. They try to keep people interested, short attention spans today, what have you. People don't like sitting to a 3-hour ball game. God forbid you spend 3 hours with your family on a beautiful day sitting at a ballpark. Yeah, you got to spend $1,000, but, still a family thing to do. It's a game. Go enjoy the game. They're forcing this because of diversity, inclusion, obviously, into something that was not needed. This was not needed. Nobody had a problem with this. The National Baseball Hall of Fame, I've been there once, and for what I remember, it had sections. You had Major League Baseball section, you had a Negro League section, you had a section for the women who played during the war. That All-American Girls Baseball League had a section. I always thought they should have put a section in for the steroid era. That's what it was. There were eras, sections. So it's not like the Negro Leagues were not talked about or justified or given their just due. Far from it. I believe we've gone out of our way to recognize how wrong it was that the Negro Leagues were segregated from the major leagues, how it should never have been, but that was corrected properly. So to do this now, after a 3-year discussion into this, I'm sorry, would have took me 8 seconds. No. The Negro Leagues were not the major leagues. That's a fact. It's a goddamn fact. This has nothing to do with race. It's just the fact that the competition level was not the same as Major League Baseball. So why are we integrating it together? So now, we're at a point now where this is already done. Obviously, it's not going back. So then we've got to go fast forward with this. Let's get the Women's League integrated into the Major League stats. Let's get the Japanese leagues integrated into the Major League stats. Why aren't they included? Am I wrong? There was a woman who hit 356 in 1950 and 1951. I don't remember her name. She had a nifty nickname. Why isn't she listed amongst the Major League career highest batting average in a season leaders when, I might add you, the Women's League was Major League Baseball when Major League Baseball was at war and couldn't play because all the players had to go serve. Joe DiMaggio, Ted Williams, they were all serving in the armed forces. The women were here making ammunition and playing baseball. Is that next? Is that coming? Where's the uproar? The Japanese leagues, Ichiro Suzuki. Now, you will read Ichiro Suzuki is the all-time baseball hits leader. But he's not. Because if Major League Baseball is the standard for which baseball is umbrellaed under, why isn't his name above Pete Rose, who is the all-time hits leader in Major League Baseball? It's not. Because Ichiro had more than 4,300 career hits, I believe, in Japan and Major League Baseball combined. And here's a guy, I might add you, who played Major League Baseball. See where I'm getting at here? I hate the fact that people are taking things now and, to use a word that Anthony loves using, shoehorning it into what was historically there for the last 100+ years that nobody had a problem with. I don't see anybody protesting on Washington because Josh Gibson was not listed in the career batting leaders in Major League Baseball. Never seen it. I don't think I'd ever see it. I don't think it's right what they've done. Now, I have no problem with Josh Gibson or, again, any player. I just don't see their stats as completely valid. When Major League Baseball, during the times that the Negro League was being played, you had newspapers, you had a lot of beat writers, and again, that's not right that the Negro Leagues were not covered the same way. They should have been. We're making this equal here, folks. This is not about anything racial. That back then it was. Not now. There was not a problem with any of this until this whole diversity inclusion bullshit. That's where we are with this. So now this is not going to change. Now, unless you're a stat head like me, I love stats. you're not going to give a rat's ass about this. And rightfully so. It's not something that you should really care about. It's just irking me. And again, this falls into one of the areas that I honestly would have talked about on a nightly show instead of this show. But I had a lack of things to talk about today, and this has kind of been on my mind because I've been reading a lot about it, so I wanted to comment on it. So yeah, I don't agree with what they've done here. So look at this. Josh Gibson in 1943 hit 466 in a single season. 466. Almost half the times that Josh Gibson got up to bat, he got a hit in some way, shape, or form. It's unbelievable. That's incredible. That's video game stats. But also, it's unrealistic. Because of all the years in Major League Baseball, no one's ever hit that high in a season. You know, there's been a couple people that hit over 400. I think Rogers Hornsby hit 418, I think, in a season. A couple times it's happened. But 466, that's someone who looked at the Negro League stats and looked at the Major League stats and said, oh, well, I think Josh Gibson should be number one. Josh Gibson would not have hit 466 in the major leagues. I'm sorry. He would not have. You're telling me if he faced, you know, I don't know when his I got to bring up his stats here. Let me see. Let's see when he played. So Josh Gibson, here are his statistics. Let's see. There he is. 6'1", 220. Catcher, outfielder, and first baseman. All right, so he played from 33. What is this damn thing doing here? From 1930 to 1946, he played. Look at those numbers. My God. His best year. Now, granted, they only played. All right. Let's take his 1937 season. Okay, 1937. So 37, Joe DiMaggio was playing, I believe, during that time. 30. Yeah, let me see. When did Joe D play? Let's see. Let me just look. DiMaggio. Yeah, he started playing in 36. So, all right, 1937 was Joe DiMaggio's second year. Now, in that year, 1937, Joe DiMaggio played in 151 games. Now, again, this is Joe DiMaggio. We're talking about one of the greatest ball players of all time. One of the greatest hitters of all time. 56-game hitting streak, whatever. In 151 games, 621 at-bats, he had 46 home runs. Better way. Here we go. 37. 46 home runs, 167 RBIs, slugged .673, hit .346. And that was in 151 games. Josh Gibson, in 39 games, had 20 homers, 73 RBIs in 39 games. Do you know what that's a pace for, stretched out over 151 games? The guy would have had 300 plus RBIs. You following me here? The major league record in RBIs is Hack Wilson, 191. That is the all-time record of most RBIs in a season. Josh Gibson would have doubled that if he played the same amount of games that DiMaggio played in that year. And if we were doing this all-inclusive stats thing, would have destroyed the major league record. So is that considered a valid thing? I don't get it. The guy had an OPS of 1.474. It's hard to do that in MLB The Show with a guy with highest ratings. It's got to stop, folks. It's got to stop. This whole idea that everything has to be integrated, that we have to, and again, I want to say it, nothing to do with race or nothing to do with where you come from, what country you're born in, what religion you are, nothing. We have history for a reason. You can't go back and rewrite history just because you're hurting the pants. History is there to teach us, for us to move forward, learn from our mistakes, and have a better tomorrow. Not make these mistakes of the past. It's just irking me, man. It's irking me. Again, wonderful player, all-time player, has a plaque in Cooperstown, has been talked about to no end, deserves the kudos that he got for playing in an era that it must have been extremely difficult to play Major League, Negro League Baseball for anybody who played in that league. Seeing that they had to play in horrible conditions compared to how the major leagues were playing in these cathedral stadiums and everything. Disaster. Should never have been that way. Should have been integrated. Josh Gibson should have got 151 games played. Could have played for the Yankees. Could have played for the Boston Braves. Could have played for anybody back then. That should have been. But it wasn't. You can't erase it by now making a mockery of the career statistics because you have to integrate people who played in a different league against different pitching. That's the problem. I don't agree with it. I'm sorry. I think I've said what I needed to say about it, and we will move on. So let's see where else I was. All these tabs here from that. After that, we gotta watch some adorable kittens. Oh, he's sucking his thumb. Little paw. No! How do you not love kitty cats?
Paw.
They bring so much
girl's
love
pretty.
into our lives.
So
Aw.
pretty.
So pretty.
Ellie, so pretty.
My dog barking.
Oh.
Aw. Oh my god. Come on. Oh, look at the little moos. Doesn't it just warm your heart? They are so adorable. Oh god. After a rough story like that, you gotta come back to the kitty cats. It shows you that life is good. There's a lot of love out there. You know, we've been going lately to the Cap Tree, which is a little fishing island here off Long Island. It's 15 minutes from us. And we go down there at night and we bring cat food because we always found that there are a bunch of stray cats that live down there. Feral cats, or I don't know how they've got there. My wife thinks that they've been dumped down there by people who couldn't take care of them, whatever. I haven't found a lot of them, but over the years, a handful. So there's a silver tabby that we go down there and we find him by the dumpsters. He's obviously hungry, and we put some food down and some canned food. And the first 2 times we've gone this year, he's come right out. And you can't pet him or anything like that because he's skittish, obviously scared. There's a lot of cars that come around there. But he comes out and he wharfed down the food, and it felt so good, honestly, to just take care of a little homeless kitty, give him something to eat. For the people that are out there who've got pets, don't dump pets. If you can't take care of a pet, do the right thing and try to find somebody. There are people out there that will take care of them. There are societies. There are places where you can take them. I know if you have an older cat, older dog, it becomes a problem. A lot of times if you take a lot of cats to societies, if they don't get adopted, they may put them down. You don't want to do that either. I understand. It's a rough thing. But just at least try for your own conscience. We've had so many animals over the years. We've rehomed a lot of animals. I've fostered a lot of cats here. You foster the cat, you fall in love with the cat, and you wind up keeping the cat. So that's something to keep in mind. But everybody needs a little companion, and they're having a pet is really great because they don't judge. They just give you love. Of course, they love you more when you have food than not. But, you know, they're just always there. And they're always there for a little cuddle, a little laugh, a little joyful playing. I think everybody should have a pet in their life. It's really, really a great thing. It's just adorable. Oh my God. Ah. Piggy cat. You say cats aren't playful. Oh, look at him move. He's climbing. Look at him. Oh, we play this little mouse on the phone. It's funny. Oh shit. Looks like Chance. Oh, I need like orange moves. Kitty. So yeah. All right, one more thing to get to. Let me close all of this crapple I got open here. No, wrong one. Okay. I'm a pretty fast typist. Over the years, you know, I've gone to the point where I've had many different keyboards, and I'm a keyboard aficionado when it comes to computer keyboards. I have 3 on my desk right now. For years, I probably in my house have had over 200 types of keyboards. The old IBM M mechanical keyboards of the early 80s. One of the best ones was the Northgate OmniKey keyboard, which is an original mechanical keyboard, which for those of you who don't know, a mechanical keyboard is a keyboard that when you press it, it's got a clicky key. They were always very expensive. Mechanical keyboards have taken over the keyboard space today. If you're a gamer, you have a mechanical keyboard. They generally run anywhere from $50 to $300. They light up, they do all wonky type of stuff. And then you have your typical $5 cheap keyboard you buy from Staples. That's a membrane keyboard, which has got a little silicone cap in it that makes no noise. And the keyboard is flimsy. Mechanical keyboards are heavy. They don't slide on your desk. It's a man's keyboard. Anyway, so over the years, I've become a pretty good typist. I could type right now just looking like this without looking at the keyboard. Now, what helped that, probably 20 years ago, I started using ergonomic keyboards, which for those that don't know, those are keyboards that are split so that your wrists stay straight instead of like this, which can give you carpal tunnels and stuff like that. And when you split your hands like this, you find that you would learn the positions of the keys. You wouldn't have to look down and type. So I came across this kid who set some kind of world record here that he can type 305 words a minute. As a gamer, as a computer user for 30 years, this is insanity. I want you to watch how this kid can type. It is ridiculous. He starts going. Dude. That, now to do it, and to do it obviously without making a shitload of mistakes. Not once has he hit the backspace key because of a mistake. He is rolling. This is insanity. This is a talent. 300 words per minute, 95% accuracy.
Most scup 300 ever.
I have to admit, it moved. Wow, man. Now, can you imagine this guy on the keyboard playing Call of Duty? Now, the speed really won't do much for you. It's more accuracy and it's more to do with the mouse of Call of Duty than it does with the keyboard. But still, I thought this was a hella impressive feat. Look, he's at 310, 312. Made one mistake there. Look at this.
Oh, nice, dude. 305, baby.
98% accuracy. 308 words a minute. Wow. That is insane. I got to see him typing again. Look at this. Now, he's also typing straight-handed on a straight keyboard, which to me, I think typing on an ergonomic keyboard is actually faster because your hands are more in a natural position. So he's typing just on like any of the keyboards I got in front of me. I would think, if I had to guess how fast I type, 120, maybe 130 words a minute. 300 is inhuman. That is robotic. What an impressive feat. I'm telling you. Oh my God.
Oh, nice, dude. 305.
You can kind of tell where he's from, shall I say. But, yeah. So, all right, I think 20 minutes of adorable stuff, pro wrestling. Yeah, all right, I think I've covered pretty much everything I wanted to cover today. I didn't think today would be that long of a show. The phone number's up. If anybody wants to give me a buzz before I end this sucker today. Let's go back to here. So yeah, I always appreciate everybody coming in and watching this malarkey that I do on a Saturday. It keeps me going and gets me up and really shows that what I can do with this thing. The one thing I've said, and I've said it for weeks, that I wanted to do is have guests come on the show. And I do love to have people come on here. I just have one issue with it that I haven't been able to get a workaround for yet. I'm close. And I'll work on that today. And what I actually would like to do is get a guest on my first political show. Which, I don't know when I'm going to do it. I might do it tomorrow. If I'm home and not doing anything around 8 o'clock, maybe do something on that. Because, yeah, I'd like to talk about a lot of what's going on here on Long Island, what it's like living on Long Island for those who want to know more about the area, and why I'm trying to get out of this fucking place like crazy. All the crappy politicians on both sides of the aisles that just can't do a goddamn thing together. And yeah, I spent a good amount of time about the absolute travesty that happened this week. And I'm not even going to mention it. You know what it is. That's for another place. So, yeah, man. What are y'all doing this weekend? I'm going to check the chat real quick because I had that up here. Let me see. Who's in the... Oh, we got people in the chat there. Oh, Rexy is in the chat, as Mel. And Joey Diego. Love you guys watching. So I should probably integrate a text chat in here. I don't know if Wirecast has that ability, but I'll find out. There's probably a way I can do it. Let's give it a chance to show the latest drivers. There wasn't a G-Force driver this week, 555.85. That was the beginning of the week. The other drivers are pretty much the same. And again, I always go to guru3d.com. That's where I go to get all of my first site I hit in the morning. Guru3d.com. Hit that one, then I hit tomshardware.com. Tom's Hardware is great. And antech.com. A lot of good news there. I hit those three before I do anything else. Then I start checking out the news and stuff. I go to Citizens Free Press. Then I hit CNN and Fox to see how they report things completely different. And then I get started with my day. But those are the places I go to keep up and keep ahead of the actual curve. Marshall in the chat. How you doing there, Marsh? For those who are wondering, the chat is on the YouTube channel right now. So you can go there and chat there. But it is also up on Rumble. It's on X. I had a Anyway. Karaoke was great last night. We'll do another karaoke tomorrow night, probably. I like doing one Sunday night. 9-ish, 10-ish, somewhere in there. Kind of winds down the weekend, prepares you for the day ahead. And anything else I want to mention? Yeah, I would like to also mention, and I don't know a lot about it. I know it was a hot topic this week. Let me throw this up here also. If you want the email to get in touch with the show. Let's go the wrong way. Up there. If you want to be a guest, you have any questions, want me to discuss any topics, and people have been emailing me. I completely appreciate it, honestly. Always great when I get feedback and I get topics and stuff. Makes me have to do less. I was never big at doing homework anyway. I know one of the bigger stories that had happened this previous week was with this whole steel toe wife drug lawyer thingamabob. Honestly, I don't know much about it. I'm not a big watcher of shows. As you all know, there's only really a couple that I watch. Any of the Compound shows I watch. Anything Chrissy Mayer does, I watch. When Gino's streaming, when Kiki's streaming, those pretty much take up the bulk of my viewing pleasure. But I know of the steel toe guy. I know he's been on Carl's also, who are these podcasts, which does a great job on his network, and Shuli, all the guys in the Shuli network I watch. So I don't really know a lot about that situation over there. I just know enough to know that I hope that those that are involved in it get the help that they need. Obviously, there's some kind of drug issue going on over there, and it was a really bad thing, and children are involved, and it's a really horrific situation. I feel bad for everybody involved in this, so just please, I hope they get the help that they need and that they can straighten out their lives for the betterment of the kids. That's all that matters is the kids. You're going to fuck up your life doing drugs, more power to you, but you got kids, you got to do the right thing as a parent. You got to take care of them, you got to raise them the right way, and taking care of yourself to take care of the kids should be number one. So I just wanted to say that, and hopefully that resonates out there. And Rex saying, I didn't see your live stream on Rumble. Yeah, Rumble is weird because, see, in Wirecast, I go to output. I'm able to create my YouTube placeholder, if you want to call it, right from here, whatever. Rumble, I have to go to Rumble, create a live on the site, tell it what time I want to do it, and then every time you go live on it, the link to the stream changes. So I got to copy that into the software, copy the new stream key into the software, and then I just start Wirecast and say, good, start the stream. And YouTube picks up and goes. Rumble, I don't know. It's weird because I have a channel, but then some of my videos go outside the channel, and afterwards I've got to grab them and put them back in, and sometimes they don't start. It's really a pain in the ass. I don't know why they're not simple with it, but I got to figure it out. I got to talk to somebody in support over there because I'm actually paying for the Rumble account so I can, because you have to have X amount of people to stream. I think it's like 5 people, but then you get ads and stuff. So I'm paying a month for the Rumble thing so you guys can get Rumble, Rumble, Bumble, Fumble. But yeah, little technical glitches that I've got to deal with. Look at the issues that Compound had when E-Rock, who did a great job redesigning the site at Compound, for a couple of days they had it where the shows weren't fitting on the screen right. That's been fixed. Again, E-Rock did a great job, always does. And these technical things get to be hard. There's a lot that goes behind the scenes to make these things work. And then for some reason, you think you have it, that it's all fine and dandy, and you're like, all right, I'm going to start my stream, and you click go, and shit stops working for no reason. I do this shit for a living, and it doesn't work for me. That's why I have gainful employment, I guess. But, yeah, all right, so hour and a half show today. That'll do. I got to go to Costco. Gotta get some things from there, and gotta do the lawn. It's a beautiful day outside. So, hope I gave you all a good start to your Saturday. Thank you all for tuning in. And I'll see you all again tomorrow night for some SuBDivisisons karaoke. That can be found again on X, Twitch, YouTube, which is another whole thing I got to figure out, but that's for another time. Yeah. Thanks for watching the show. Let's, yeah, smell, I've got to get hot dogs. Let's hope next week I can fix this guest thing where I can actually have someone come in via Skype or Zoom or something like that. Wirecast has got a built-in thing called Rendezvous that I've used before. That I know works. So maybe I'll see if somebody can come in using that. And I know who it'll be. He's waiting. So, makes you wonder. All right, folks. Be good to each other. And I will see you all next week again. Well, tomorrow night I'll see you, but tune in next week to the show. Noon on Saturday. See you. Ha! You didn't click off yet. I knew it. You bunch of lazy bastards. See, if I didn't shut this thing off, you'd stay in my house all night. God damn it.